passionate people? Welcome to Vegan News. Lots of stories today, so let's go ahead and dive right in. And one little quick piece of advice, I will be putting timestamps to every one of the stories down below in the comments or description so that you can click ahead to whichever story suits your fancy. That was weird. In France, there is a victory to celebrate. Animal rights group One Voice has gotten over 36,000 signatures to release 3 brown bears in the captivity of so-called bear baiters. One of them, Misha, pictured here, is actually in ailing health, and the French government, under the Environment Ministry, which is apparently a really rare move, banned them from using Misha any longer in any of their shows. They go to Renaissance festivals and private showings and stuff like that. And she is on display. It doesn't say that she does any tricks or anything like that, but it does say that a vet evaluated her and she's not in good health whatsoever. She's walking poorly, and One Voice has for years, and other environmental groups there, or I mean, not environmental groups, and other animal rights groups there have for years tried to get Misha and the other 2 freed. The reason these so-called bear baiters don't use the other 2 bears is because apparently they're too aggressive. Imagine that, they're a wild animal. But Misha is docile and calm and friendly, which makes this even more sad. There will be a follow-up, which should be happening soon. I'm trying my best to keep an eye out on it. The problem is that everything's in French and the translations aren't great on Google Docs. If you speak French, let me know. I could really use your help on this story to make sure that Misha gets freed. If not, I want to help share that petition. So let's go ahead and just cross our fingers and hope that the follow-up is good. Although, if the follow-up is bad, they already did say that the bear would likely be seized from their owners. And given the track record of these owners not taking care of their bears properly, and pretty much anyone who does keep animals for entertainment, I have a feeling that Misha is not going to be that much improved in health, if at all, and will luckily, hopefully, get seized by authorities and taken to a sanctuary where he can live out the rest of his life and not have to worry about all this stuff. All right, let's move on.
I had to do an update. As of 6 hours ago, I just checked, Misha is free and at a zoo sanctuary in France. I'll put details of that in the description as well, but I just wanted to give you guys that quick update. While I'm in the middle of editing here, it popped up. And that's amazing and beautiful. And Misha's getting the medical treatment they need. And in fact, right after this, I'm going to put a clip in from One Voice on Facebook to show you how well he is doing and the treatment he's getting. Love you guys.
German politicians are looking to put a tax on meat. They're looking to increase taxes on meat specifically to draw people away from it for animal welfare reasons, to fight climate change, and to improve the health of their citizens in Germany. The progressive parties are the ones pushing for this, of course, and the Green parties and things like that in Germany. And they want to raise the taxes from a current 7% up to 19%, which would actually put it at the level that all other foods are taxed, believe it or not. The animal ag meat industry in Germany has a little bit of a built-in cushion, just like they do here in America, where we give trillions to dairy and other animal ag industry companies and farmers. All they're looking to do is actually level the playing field. And of course, farmers are up in arms, as they will be, because it'll be having an impact on their business. Well, I'm sorry to tell you guys, your business is over. Start farming some vegetables. This meat tax, along with many around the world being proposed, that many will pass, if not now, eventually very soon, is a sign of the times. Plant-based meat sales and meat alternatives are through the roof. You look at what just happened recently with Beyond Meat and their IPO, they are officially now the best evaluated IPO in almost 2 decades, 19 years. And they are They are the best IPO launch of 2019. Nothing's going to beat them for the rest of this year. There's no way. So yeah, farmers, start switching to vegetables. Start farming something other than a living creature. And the Robbins family of Probus, Cornwall, England, I got it, were recently featured on Fox News. Oh God, I know. But it's worth checking out the article, and it's worth checking out the video even. But, you know, those sensitive to bull will pick up what's getting put down. They talk about how they are bullied on a regular basis for their beliefs. We all know it's not a belief, they're facts, but whatever, for their veganism. The children go into particular detail talking about the way things went at school, but let's start with the husband and wife, Jackie and Ryan Robbins. Jackie, who's 44, gave up meat when she was 8 years old. She says that when she goes to the school, other parents won't even talk to her, and she's pretty much shunned. And Ryan Robbins talks about how his late father, who was a respected butcher in the area, how Ryan is disrespecting his father's memory by being a vegan because his dad was such a respected butcher. And he hears it a lot everywhere he goes, all the time, online, offline. Middle child skip, and this is like the kind of heartbreaking thing because I know this happens. I've seen it happen with friends and previous partners. He's young. He's having meat waved in his face at lunch, and he's being made fun of for being vegan. But he chooses this as well because he knows the truth, and he knows, and he didn't have that compassion stripped away from him for other living beings, not just a dog or a cat. They did this interview in the hopes that they could try to put an end to the idea that vegans are militant and crazy and any other kinds of adjectives you want to use to describe us. And I think what wife Jackie had to say was pretty good. She had this to say about everything. Passion is misunderstood to be aggression or hatred. And by the way, Jackie's a nutritionist. There seems to be some kind of divide where people meet vegans with aggression and resistance when you are trying just to raise awareness about practices that people should know about. I know there are so many good, kind people making choices that they wouldn't make if they knew the reality. And she replied, like many of us would, it was a video. I saw a video that went into the reality of the dairy industry. I was horrified, and straight away I didn't want anything to do with dairy products. I thought if I couldn't cope with watching it happen, but I was buying the product, I was inadvertently funding it. Bravo, exactly. Her son Skip soon followed suit in her footsteps after seeing the documentary Land of Hope and Glory, which is basically a UK version of Earthlings or Dominion. Jackie goes on further just to dissuade any idea that this is some kind of brainwashing. All the kids have made their own decisions and have recognized why they are vegan. Some parents say, you're not having that and that, but we wanted the kids to understand why we do it, take on the information, and decide for themselves. And this even caused the oldest child, Sky, to take longer to transition as she got the information on her own and figured things out. She was actually really afraid to watch the documentaries because she didn't want to see that, which is what we hear a lot of in any kind of outreach we're doing. But she did, and she had this to say. Once I watched them, it was easy. I now want to know where my food has come from and how. Now, this article isn't done in the greatest light. It's meant to be a bit of a slam piece, but the fact that they let them say their piece and it's included in the article and it's really not manipulated in any way outside of the video. You can watch the video if you like. That's in that article down below. Everything today down below, as always. Description or comments or both, depending on what platform you're on. But I think it's really amazing that they had this opportunity to come forward and be on something as non-progressive and non-liberal and non-vegan and anti-vegan as Fox News. So this kind of gets this out to their viewers, and we need everyone to go vegan, even those that aren't on the liberal side of the fence that you might want them to be. Ireland's first and only vegan grocery store is now open for business. Veganic, bing, as they're calling themselves, carries a wide range of meat and dairy alternatives, as you would expect. The pictures look delicious, and it's really awesome to see, even in the smallest of areas, like in St. Stephen's Green, where this is located. And it really says something that this wasn't in Dublin, the major city, that this was in Stephen's Green. It says that veganism is everywhere. And where there's a will, there's a way. We are opening vegan businesses everywhere we can to reach out to the public and to create and foster a community and network that we've all longed for so many years. And the story of the day is about Vegans and stroke risk. I don't know if you've seen this article, but it's stroke risk.
Stroke everywhere.
Timing. Stroke risk. Timing. Stroke risk. Timing. Everywhere. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but this is everywhere. Time magazine, BBC kicked it off, of course. And, you know, what would a month be in this world without the BBC deciding to take on veganism? Because for some reason, the editors of BBC have some sort of mission they are on some sort of mission to attack veganism at least once a month. At least! And the headlines are so misleading. Look, this so-called study lumped vegans and vegetarians together. How is that ever going to work? You know why they did that? Because they didn't have a statistical data pool good enough to pull from to create the results they wanted. What does that mean? In layman's terms, it's made up bullshit. That's what that means. So tired of seeing this everywhere. And I was going to do an entire video just on it, breaking down why the study's wrong and all the different steps. And it turns out Mike the Vegan did a great video on it. So that'll be linked down below. And I encourage you to go watch it. It's a 10-minute video. And it goes through everything, showing why this so-called study is idiotic. And he even has another study to compare how you should be doing this type of study and that it's not true. There is no stroke risk. There is no elevated stroke risk for vegans. Maybe vegetarians, I don't know. I would think because they're consuming so much dairy and eggs, that cholesterol is going to up their possibility, and that's probably what would corrupt the data. That's why you can't put vegans and vegetarians together, but nobody seems to get that, and it doesn't matter. That's everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be doing a live interview tomorrow, time to come, with DXE France and Cheyenne Danner, going over everything that happened in that action that you may have seen on DXE's page. If not, check on ours. We've got it linked. I'll link it down below as well. And I'll see you guys for the Wednesday show. All right, see you later. Oh, wait, one more thing before we go. If you know anybody who should be the activist of the week this coming Friday, let me know. Okay? I'm looking around, I'm thinking. Could be you, could be somebody you know. Love you, bye.